Hey guys, it's your best five friends. I'm Kelsey, that's Rachel. It's Stories of the Week! Without Steven.
I'm subbing in for Steven. He couldn't make it this week, and so I'm going to bring you my story of the week.
What is it, Rachel?
Which is kind of funny. So here's my story of the week. Well, it's funny why this is my story of the week. It was to say that despite my airing of grievances over the UFC having a number 3 and number 4 fight for the title instead of Dustin Poirier, I'm going to put that to the side and not hold on to being a curmudgeon. I am excited for Michael Chandler and Charles Oliveira. Just if I take the title stuff out of it, I'm just excited to see these two guys fight. The funny thing is that I thought it was this weekend, but it's not for another weekend. So I bring this story early, which turns into a new story. What's going on in the UFC Saturday? Do I even know?
Yeah, it's Donald Cerrone was supposed to fight Diego Sanchez, is that right? But now it's... Anyway, Donald Cerrone is still on the card, and then they put... I don't know. It's not a huge...
But it's kind of it's not certain, so...
Yeah, what's happening this weekend is Canelo Alvarez is fighting Billy Joe Saunders,
right.
Rachel.
Yes. So anyway... But I am really excited just to see those two guys fight. Chandler came in his debut in the UFC, and,
Yeah, he looked great.
was amazing. So I want to see. How he looks against Oliveira. So I'm really excited for that fight. Little side story I got.
Okay.
Which I think is, I'm going to allow it in Stories of the Week, even though
there's really
I'm on my
rules.
third story. But it is related because I just want to put out there, Conor McGregor, I just happened to see a recent post of his on Instagram, where he made the comment that he was drinking coffee and minding his own business. As if minding his own business is something Conor McGregor just always does. And I laughed. I found it.
You like Conor's.
Well, I was that's completely just unaware, right?
Yeah.
That speaks of just being dude, you are the most in everybody else's business. You have called out so many different fighters who you're never gonna fight, but you're just calling them out just because and talking noise just because. Minding your own business is not in your wheelhouse. That's
right.
not in Conor's wheelhouse. And I don't even hate it. I'm not criticizing him that, but I am criticizing somebody who's I just mind my own business all the time. And yet, if I go and open up Twitter, here you are in a tirade about somebody else and their business. I just thought it was funny.
Conor, he's taken on a whole new kind of Conor in recent weeks, I think. I wrote a story about his latest savage takedown of Dustin Poirier on the internet, basically saying that Conor said that he had God in his corner, and presumably, I guess, Poirier would not have God in his corner. In
Although
fight.
he did tell Poirier to say his prayers.
Say your prayers, though, anyway. But anyway, here's the thing about what's going on with Conor McGregor. Conor, I know you watch the show. You should be getting ready to fight Dustin Poirier, not... I feel like Conor, part of it is that Conor, he loves to celebrate himself. He thinks that this kind of stuff helps him, I guess, because people said that he was too nice before the last fight. Here's the thing, dude. You need to be able to check them kicks, dog. You know what I mean? I feel like none of the stuff that he tweets about or really even does, other than training and getting ready for the fight, is going to help him beat Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier kind of beat the brakes off of him in the last fight. I rewatched the fight, and the first time I thought Conor was about to win, probably because I had that in my mind going into the fight. But the second time, I was oh no, Dustin looks like he's comfortable in this fight. And he took some of Conor's big shots. Conor's going to have to change drastically in the upcoming fight, July 10th at UFC 264, or he's going to get whooped again. And so what I don't really like to see is a lot of changes on the outside. Do you know what I mean? I would rather see the inside, or at least do what you do. Dustin Poirier hasn't changed his approach. He seems to be doing the same thing, and he expects the same outcome. Never go into a fight 7 years later thinking you're going to beat the guy again because you beat him 7 years ago. He's a completely different fighter. Dustin Poirier does not get enough credit for the kind of fighter he is today. And I think he'll be the one, to tie it back to your story of the week, that will be ready to fight the winner of UFC 262, Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Whoever wins that gets the belt. They get to be the lightweight champion, and their first title defense will be against Dustin Poirier. That's my prediction, Rachel. Early prediction for the fight.
I liked how you said that you rewatched the fight and then you kind of saw it in a different way. I think that's really key if you're really... I mean, if you're just a casual fan like me, I don't rewatch fights. But if you're Kelsey and you want to really get an idea of who's the better fighter, who did what, I think rewatching fights is a really excellent thing, because I don't think anyone can help when you come into your first viewing bringing in biases into how you watch a fight. And this happens to me all the time because there's two guys in there, and I'm generally watching the fight from the perspective of one guy. I'm like, oh, he's doing this, he's not doing this, he needs to do more of this. And then when you come in a second time, I can zoom out and I can see a wider thing. So I just think that's a really good thing.
One more thing I don't like what Conor's saying and doing, and he does this a lot. Whenever Conor loses, he usually is like, oh, well, if it had been this rule, or if he would have done this thing. When he fought Mayweather, if Mayweather fought me in MMA, okay, but that wasn't the rule set. Yeah. Or against Poirier, if he hadn't have been throwing those kicks. Well, yeah, dude, but that's just part of the rules. This is like, if you're playing pool with somebody and they're like, hey, but if he hadn't used that pool stick, that's part of the rules, man. You can't bring that up after the fact. It's weird. I don't like it. That's Stories of the Week, and we are... the Kelsey and Rachel of the week, I think. Maybe Kelsey and Rachel of the year.
I think so. I agree. Hey, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time.